In this video, I'm going to be discussing continued fractions, an expression that takes this form, where we have a1 plus c1 over a2 plus c2 over a3, and this continues. Okay, so a1, a2, a3, etc. are, and also c1, c2, and c3 are real or complex numbers. Now let's take a look at the next expression, which is a continued fraction. As you can see, the ellipsis at the end shows that it continues forever. This pattern does continue forever. The question is, does this have a value? So we need to solve. So let's see. Let's make this whole thing equal to x. This whole thing, this whole expression, we set equal to x. We're going to try to find a value. It does have a value. Now let's see, what can we make x equal? Well, x is equal to what we have on the left side. So we put there 1 plus 4. Now this is the interesting part. What goes in the denominator here? What goes in the denominator has to be x, because this part is the same as this part. Now we have multiplying both sides by x. We have x squared is equal to x plus 4. And therefore, we have x squared minus x minus 4 equals 0. And now we're going to use, we have a quadratic equation, and I'm going to use the method of completing the squares. We could also use the quadratic formula, but completing the squares is a little bit faster. And I highly recommend that you review my videos on completing the square and the quadratic formula to understand this if you don't. So we have x minus, we take half the coefficient of the x, which is minus a half, and we square that. And when we're doing that, remember, we're just trying to replicate this equation in a different form by completing the square. So when we do that, we're adding a minus a half times minus a half is 1/4, which we never had. So we have to subtract 1/4, subtract the original 4, and set this equal to 0. Okay, so now we have x minus 1/2 squared is going to equal 4 plus a quarter, which is going to be 17 over 4. And then we have x minus a half is equal to plus or minus the square root of 17 over 4. So now we have x minus a half is equal to plus or minus square root of 17 over 2, and x is equal to 1/2 plus or minus root 17 over 2. But now we notice very quickly that x cannot be negative because x is equal to a whole bunch of positive. It's 1 plus 4 plus, there's no negatives here. So if we take a half and subtract root 17 over 2, well, root of 17 is about slightly more than 4. 4 over 2 is 2. So a half minus 2 will not work. If we try x equal to 1/2 minus root 17 over 2, we'll get something equal to, approximately equal to 1/2 minus, and root 17 is about slightly more than 4, so 4 over 2 is about 2. So 1/2 minus 2 will be about equal to minus 3 over 2. And x cannot be negative. This doesn't work because x cannot be non-positive. So our only solution would be x equals 1/2 plus root 17 over 2. And that gives us 1 plus root 17 over 2. And 1 plus root 17 over 2 works out to be 2.5616. 2.5616. So we were able to solve this mystery where we had 1 plus 4 over and it continued forever. It didn't look like it was something that could be solved, but using this methodology, perfect algebra, we were able to find a solution. So this concludes this video. Please take a look at our subsequent videos and continued fractions so we can learn more about this amazing topic.